Hello, welcome to another video. Today, we got an exciting video. I'm really excited to get started on this new kit. We are starting the Williams FW11 Honda. So in this video, we're just gonna be doing a quick little unboxing, go through the parts, and I'm kind of gonna strategize how we're gonna do the building process. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, my first build, just to let you guys know, I went ahead and I started by painting directly on the sprue, and then I would cut it and then touch up that little cut piece. It was a decent process, but I felt as though it took kind of long. I see a lot of builders, they go through their kit, they pre-cut everything and pre-paint everything and then do the assembly at once. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. Let's do a quick little unboxing and then we can get right into it.
What do we got?
All right, here we have it, guys. This is the Williams FW11 Honda F1. Pretty neat. We picked this up on eBay for a very reasonable price. And I think we're gonna be building the Nelson PK version. We'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Instructions. In this set, since this is one of the older models and the engine's a little bit more detailed, they give you some little wires there for you to put in the engine. Here we got most of our like body pieces or brakes. Got a little radiator, intercooler. This is our bottom piece. We got our front wing here, some headers, brake covers, wheels, motor. Detail on that engine is pretty nice. These older kits, they just give you a little seat here, and this is before they had the seatbelt decals, so it's just gonna be a painted on seatbelt for this kit. In my future kits, I'm definitely gonna want to use some real seatbelts, give it a better detailed look. And the guy I got it from, he gave us 2 sets of decals. The color on this one isn't as deep as the Tamiya original one. Although these are newer and the Tamiya ones are kind of yellowing slightly, I think we still might go with the original on this one. All right, so we have unboxed everything. We have 3 sprues in total. Not a ton of pieces, but I'm gonna wanna go through this very carefully. I've already got all the paints that we need here, which, by the way, if you're local here to South Florida, I've been going to Model Expo. They're kind of over there in northern Miami area, over there where the turnpike intersects with or connects with 95. If you guys know, you know. It's a crazy madhouse over there. But they're pretty cool over there. They have some really good prices on their kits as well as their Tamiya paints. Often their Tamiya paints are on sale, and when they are on sale and I'm starting a kit, I'll hop over there and just grab them myself instead of ordering online and, you know, paying for shipping and handling. For your first purchase at Model Expo, if you use the code EXP1, you'll save $20. So go and run over there and use that coupon code EXP1 to save $20. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I see a lot of X18, which is the semi-gloss black. What I might just do, so you guys can see like the whole process, I think I'm gonna do just like 2 sections at a time, possibly. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna start going through and removing some of the flash from the sprues. By the way, if you're new to the hobby, this is something that I did not know about. There's a terminology that they use in this hobby called flash or flashing. And that is referring to the excess plastic on the edges of your pieces. When they pour these plastic sprues out, you know, the seams aren't completely perfect. So a little bit of that thin extra plastic sticks out, and that's called the flashing. The best way for you to get rid of that is just using something like a little dull hobby knife, and then you just kind of scrape those edges, you know, scrape the blade, not at an angle, just straight on, like perpendicular, and you'll scrape all that off. But yeah, that's something that I recently learned about, so thought I'd share that with you guys. So yeah, I think, guys, what we're gonna do, just to make this a little bit easier on me too, because I'm not airbrushing stuff like those professional hobby guys. I'm painting by hand, except for the body, of course. For the body, We picked up the necessary colors. We got the yellow, the TS16, and the white TS26. And we'll also be using some of the fine surface primer. This one's pretty good. It goes on very, very fine, and it lets you see any imperfections that you might have missed in the initial sanding process. So that's pretty neat. Alrighty, we're gonna do some cutting, little cuts, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, we'll start. We'll get to it. I'm really excited for this kit, and I hope you guys learn from some of the mistakes that I'm going to make. So, upon further investigation and looking a little bit more closely at this, and also realizing that I wanted to prime everything, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the flashing, like I mentioned earlier. I'm going to remove all of that stuff. I'm also going to remove all of the big body pieces because I want to prime those a little bit more carefully. Other than that, I'm going to leave all of those on, everything else on, and I'm going to run a coat of primer across the entire sprue. Then we're going to do as I mentioned. I'm going to start with like two sections at a time, I think, in terms of like laying down the paint and all of those things. I might skip ahead for certain instances, like for like all the brakes, I'll probably do all of the brakes at once and other things, because sometimes while you're waiting for paint to dry, I'll go ahead and paint other sections that are coming up so I can, you know, be ready for it. So yeah, we'll film a little bit of that, removing the flashing process, and then we'll lay down some primer on this. Alright guys, so real quick, before setting down the primer, I went ahead and I washed all the sprues, and how I did that is I just blocked up the sink, filled it up with a little bit of warm water and like a squirt of some dish soap, and then I just rinse it off with water, and then I'm leaving them out here to dry for a little bit, and then we're going to put on some primer. This was a miracle. I'm literally out of paint, and I think we got it all. All right, y'all, so I think this will probably mark the end of this video clip, because I'm gonna split this up into a couple different parts for you guys, so it's not too much at once. So I guess this first part video was the unboxing and just prepping. I went through, I sanded everything, and I laid down a prime coat of paint on everything. I started working on the bottom piece here and masking it all up. I picked up some of this 3M because it's bigger and this was a bigger area. I didn't want to be wasting my itty bitty little Tamiya masking tape. So we got a little big boy of 3M to do the bigger area, because this is going to be like a weird yellowish color. I think in the instructions it's telling me to mix XF55 and 8 deck tan and yellow, and then these parts are going to be chrome. Also, I got these things here to help me in the painting process. It comes with these little alligator claws and little rubber condoms, I guess you'd say, for them. And then what I did is a technique that I saw someone else do. They wrap it with tape kind of backwards so the sticky part is out, and then they just stick it on the piece, so it makes it easier for you to kind of handle it and paint. So that's pretty neat. Also, for the next part, for the painting video, next part we'll start painting. Like I said, I primed everything. I threw a nice layer of primer on there because I've come to find that laying down that surface primer on there, I use the light gray. It really helps when applying the glue, not the glue, the paint. when you start hand painting things, it starts to, it really stays on nice. So as a shortcut, this sprue here, they're all supposed to be in semi-gloss black, as well as the base here for the chassis. And I didn't realize this at first, but this whole thing is X18 and I only have that in painting, like hand painting. And I was like, I don't know if it's gonna look the best. I wasn't extremely confident in hand painting this massive piece. So what I did is I picked up some Rust-Oleum. Apparently Rust-Oleum bought out testers, so their paint quality has gone up. So I picked up some semi-gloss black. I'm gonna be laying that down on this chassis next, as well as this sprue. So stick around, and painting's next.